Hey y'all, it's Erica from Time to Shrink. I'm coming at you with another of my quick and easy recipes. This one comes together so fast, y'all. It is my pizza casserole. So I use cauliflower rice as the base, and then we just load it up like we would with the pizza. Marinara sauce, cheese. I'm just gonna show you how I do it. It's so quick, so easy, and the whole family just loves it, y'all. So I'm using this Walmart pizza sauce. I've showed you this before. I like it. It has 4 carbs and 1 fiber, so 3. My very favorite sauce to use is the Rayo's, because you get for a whole half a cup carbs, as this one gives you, in a 1/4 of a cup. But we're not going to use very much. We're kind of just going to make a layer of this, so it really will be fine, and this will still be quite low carb. So you get whatever toppings you would like to get together. We are going to use some sausage. I've already ground this sausage up. This was a pound of sausage. And just a tip with sausage or any kind of ground beef, if you let it sit until it's on like completely cooked on one side and starting to brown on the side that's on top, you're going to get these lovely little crispy bits, and that really adds to the flavor. So the first thing that I do is I use this is my favorite. Sometimes we use Trader Joe's, but of just the regular rice cauliflower, price wise, this is my favorite. It doesn't have anything in the ingredients except for cauliflower. So I take 2 bags of this. Again, I'm serving, this is going to be about 8 servings. I have 5 people, but heavy eaters with my kids. So 2 bags of this, and just do whatever it says in the microwave, and it comes out just looking like cauliflower rice. Now you could just put the cauliflower rice as is as a bottom, but we like it kind of a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Creamy?
We like it more creamy. We like the base more creamy. So we are going to use the blender, kind of doctor it up a little bit, and then go from there. But this literally only adds like 2 minutes. So you can go either way with this. So if you don't want to use the blender, then the stuff that I'm going to add into this, you would still go ahead and add it in, and just stir it and then put it in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to do it in the blender. All right, y'all, try and get all of this in here. I'm going to put the 2 bags of cauliflower rice in the blender. I'm going to put the grease that I cooked my sausage in. You could use butter here. You could totally use butter. But I have all this yummy grease from cooking the sausage, so I'm just going to add that, just to give it some extra healthy fats. You always want to salt and pepper at every stage. So some pepper. I'm going to add 1 egg. You could do 2 eggs in this if you want it to hold together a little bit more. We're just going to go with 1.
What happened?
And
there.
then I have cheese that I've done divided, y'all. The cheese is some shredded cheese. You can do whatever kind you want. Mine is just kind of a mixture of different cheeses. So it's 1.5 ounces of Parmesan, and then about 1 cup of regular shredded cheese. So that's going to go in. And then we're going to add our 1 egg. I'm doing 1/2 cup of heavy cream. You could use chicken broth here if you didn't want to have the fat, but why would you not want to have the healthy, yummy fat? So I just use this organic heavy cream. I'm going to start with 1/2 cup, and we'll see where we go if we need more. All right, so that's incorporated. I don't worry about getting it extremely smooth, so it'll have a little bit of the rice texture to it, but not as much as if you didn't blend it. So now we're just going to get this blender out of our way and then start laying our casserole together. So we're going to get our casserole dish. You can use any like 9 by 13. I like this is probably the one I use the most, but it's just a 9 by 13, maybe a tiny bit bigger just because of the angle. And use some spray, Pam, whatever you have. I like this avocado spray just so it doesn't stick. So let's spray that. And then you're gonna get your base layer, which is all your cauliflower. And we're just gonna get that all in there and spread it out. And let me just show you. See, it's got the chunkiness a little bit. It's kind of a combination between, and there goes my phone falling in the sink, people. Phone falling in the sink. We don't need to talk to them. Let's move on. All right, well, I was gonna show you the consistency. It's halfway between the creaminess of a mashed cauliflower and a riced cauliflower. So I really kind of shoot for in the middle. There we go. Then you just want to take it and make it into one even layer. And you probably could do this if you wanted in 2 smaller dishes, and you could eat one and freeze one if you have a smaller family. Or you could just half all my ingredients if you wanted. I shoot for leftovers, y'all, but who am I kidding? I hardly ever have leftovers. I think I might have to double this to get leftovers in my family. I have 3 growing teenagers and a husband who's a coach, and he's out on the soccer field 3 hours a night too. So they like to eat 1 meal before, 1 meal after type of family, so we go through it. All right, so there we go. Then you take your pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce or whatever kind you choose to use. Just push that on, put that all on there and spread it out. So here's about a cup of the sauce. You can decide if you want a little more, a little less, but you really don't need a whole lot. It's just about the flavor of making it have that pizza flavor. And really, this exact casserole you could make like Mexican style if you wanted, if you just changed all of the seasonings and used salsa for this layer. That would be really yummy. That's a good idea. I just gave myself that idea, y'all. Have never done that. Future meal. Okay, so now we're gonna put our topping. We have some mixed cheese here. Sometimes I just do straight mozzarella, just whatever feels right to you. Whatever you have in your refrigerator is really what we're going with because we haven't been to the store. This is another good casserole to empty out your fridge. Whatever veggies you have that you want to top a pizza with, whatever, if you have some extra sausage left over or some extra ground beef, any of that kind of thing. So I put about half of my cheese, and then I'm going to spread out all my meat. And we are using, like I said, the ground sausage and pepperoni. But again, you can do this however you want. It's more of a method than an exact recipe. However, I will put the exact recipe on my blog, and there'll be a link down below. But feel free to play with it. Okay, I've got some pepperoni. I'm just gonna smear that around. I cut it into a little bit smaller pieces since this is like casserole style, but you could put it on as whole circles, whatever, again, whatever floats your boat. All right, let's get rid of that stuff. Y'all, I have a sink right beside me that I'm always throwing my stuff off camera into. All right, I also have some onions. I'm just gonna put some onions on only part of it because not everybody in my family likes them. And again, onions do have a little bit higher carb count. You can still eat this with the onions and be low carb though. All right, so now I'm just gonna spread the rest of the cheese over the top, and then it's gonna go in the oven. And really, it's cooked, so it just really needs to get to where it's bubbly and everything's melted. So I'm guessing like 25 minutes at 375, and I will let you know if it's different in the recipe that I post and put the link down below. So it's looking like this. It's gonna go in now, and we'll show you how it is in the end. Okay, y'all. Forgot something. Usually in the layer with the cauliflower, I put a little bit of Italian seasoning and garlic seasoning. Totally forgot. Real life happens. So we're just gonna put a little bit of this just to sprinkle all around the top to give it that flavor. It'll be good without it, but I remembered it right before I went to put it in the oven. So we're just gonna add it now. Nobody will know. Well, I guess everybody knows because I'm showing y'all, but my kids won't know.
Well, except for the one filming.
Well, then I guess, yeah. Jackson's behind the camera saying, well, except for the one that's filming. But anyways, it just adds a little bit of flavor. Not the end of the world if you forget it. This is what happens when you don't use a recipe and you just do things off the top of your head. Sometimes you forget something. I just thought of something, and maybe everybody knows this. It's something that I didn't know for a while, and it's just been a really lifesaver trick. Every time I use my blender now, and it was just, I had such a hard time cleaning it. So I put just some soapy water in, just about 1/4 of the way up. Then I put the top back on, and I let it blend. And then when I rinse it out, it's completely clean, and it takes like seconds, where I used to like kill myself trying to clean the blender out. So I don't know if that's helpful to anybody, but it was super helpful to me. I can't remember who told me, but love this little tip. So if you don't know, life-changing. It's hot. I'm trying to get my kids to taste this and let you know what they think. And it's quite good. This really is something that everybody likes. It's an easy, simple meal. Quick and easy. Winner.